I'm Russell Barrett, and I'm the Chief Creative Officer stroke Managing Partner of BBH India. A Chief Creative Officer, it's a very fancy name. There are approximately three broad departments in any advertising agency. And so that would be account management, and they look after the business end of advertising. Then you have strategic planners. They look after the thinking, the brief, the research that go into the brief. And then there's the creative department. And the creative department consists of art directors, designers, coders, copywriters, studio artists, retouchers, etc., and production as well. So over the years, if you do well enough, you rise up from the ranks, from visualizer to art director or copywriter to senior copywriter, and so on and so forth. And then there are many designations, but your job changes quite significantly when you move from being somebody in the creative department, either an art director or a copywriter, to becoming a creative director. In essence, it's not a designation change, it's a responsibility change. So your responsibilities are now very different from just cracking those great ideas, making it look beautiful, searching for the best photographer, writing till your fingers bleed. That's all part of the creative process. But as a creative director, you have to do that and now a little more. As a creative director, you're responsible for a brand's journey, what direction the brand needs to take, what's the tone of voice of that brand, what's the personality. You are responsible for that. It's your baby. You are responsible for, in many ways, the brand's success. Then as a creative director, you look to see where else can you go next until you come to a chief creative officer or a national creative director, one of the two. Different agencies have different terminology for the same job. But you are now the creative head of an entire agency for the country. And that means another change in responsibilities, because you're not just responsible for this office, you're responsible for all of the other branch offices that you might have. You're responsible for not just a set of brands, you're responsible for all the brands the agency runs. You are responsible for the agency's success and the agency's turnover, and you're part of the decision making that goes into running a business. So now you sort of move from being just a creative person to being a creative partner to being a creative business person. And that's more or less the journey that you'll have going forward. Your next step from Chief Creative Officer or National Creative Director is to assume a regional or a global role. But those are the next big steps. It's not an assured journey. You have to work really hard. You have to push yourself quite significantly. You have to make some sacrifices. But when you do that, and if you like doing what you do, if you like the business of creativity, it's a huge payoff.